brokenhearted and to let people know that there's hope even in pain and brokenness and loss. The loss cannot defeat us. We can choose to step back up again.
My heart will rise up and I'll embrace Him again.
And I am nothing, but God is everything. And I asked God to forgive me. God said, that is how you forgive, and that's what my son did. When I said to him, you are forgiven, that is the end of it. I turned my back on God. I heard so many people. People warned me, they prayed for me, and I just turned my back on all of them. Did things I know I shouldn't have. I was empty. I was broken. I was all alone. All because I turned my back on God. Why would you still love me after I turned my back on you?
Be calm. I got this. I'm not going to let this situation hurt me. I'm laying next beside Jesus. I'm going to be restful. I'm going to be calm. I don't have to worry about what everybody else is doing. I don't have to worry about this situation I'm going through. The storm is getting worse, but I can rest through the storm. But this video is not just about what's happened. It's about what's going to happen. The floods came in my life, and I got afraid. And I tipped my own boat and made so many mistakes. That God is the meaning in the meaningless. That He can take your less and make it into something better. That's the kind of God that He is. And He will take your mess and turn it into a masterpiece. You see, my grandparents, they taught me to always trust God in every situation, no matter what people do to you. And no matter how many times that God has spoke to me, that I felt Him, I still pushed Him away.
You don't have to be bound. You don't have to remain broken. You don't have to do any of the things that you do. You don't have to remain hurt. It's like, I know you're going through pain, but Jesus Christ can give you freedom. He can make you new. He made me new. He picked me up in His arms, wrapped His loving arms around me, and said, Josiah, despite everything that you did, despite everything that you have done to other people, despite your parents, despite everything, I love you.
But I know that it's not over yet. And although people may say that my life, that God is done with me, that His purpose is over for me. And let me tell you something. You may have blown it. You may have ran from God. You may have even cursed God. He's not done with you yet. And although your family, and although your friends, and even your church may disagree with you, but guess what? God is still on your side. I have said this millions of times before I failed, before I ran. I didn't even listen to my own preaching, to my own advice. That's why I showed you the clips before. When I spoke, I didn't even listen to my own advice. I ran, I failed, I messed up, I blew it all. I'm sitting in my ashes. But just like what Scooter Murphy, my youth pastor, said to me just a few days ago, get off your ashes. Rise up. Get off your ashes and proclaim what God has already promised.
And God ran, and He picked me in His arms and said, Josiah, nevertheless, when I stepped out, God stepped in. He came in like a wrecking ball in my life. He broke my walls. He broke the hurt. He broke the brokenness. He broke all of it. He took all that away. And He said, you are mine and I am your God, not everybody else. And He washed my sins away. And He died on that cross for me. Have you ever thought that despite of how terrible you may be or how terrible your past may be, God loves you enough to save you.
And at the same time, he's working in his life, he's working in your life. And that shows the magnitude